Welcome, everyone, to episode 94 of the Let's Discuss Gaming podcast. I am your host, Triple J. Joining me is my co host, Dr. Games 101.
Hey everybody, what's going on, guys?
And tonight we're going to do what we usually do every 2 weeks. That's talk about the latest news in gaming. Dr. Games 101, you ready to start?
Oh yes, indeed.
Okay, first story coming up. Apex Legends streamers hacked during ALGS tournament, and the suspected cause is ironic update. The ALGS North American Regional Finals were disrupted over the weekend when two competitors appeared to have cheat software remotely installed on their PCs by hackers. The Apex Legends, hold on, I just want to see. Okay, I'll just read the update as it. Okay, I'll just read the update as it where it appears. The Apex Legends Global Series regional finals have been delayed for North America after two players were hacked mid-game over the weekend, and ironically, it seems the Apex's anti-cheat software may be to blame. Update: Epic Games, which owns Easy Anti-Cheat, has issued a statement saying the situation was unrelated to any kind of EAC exploit. We have investigated recent reports of a potential RCE issue in Apex Legends, which we have confirmed to be unrelated to Easy Anti-Cheat, it said in a statement. We are confident there is no RCE vulnerability within EAC being exploited. Dog Zero's Jen Burton, real name Loyan Osaksa, was hit first when he mysteriously gained the ability to see enemy players through walls in the middle of a match. Later, TSM's Imperial How, Philip Dosen, suddenly found himself unintentionally aimbotting. I'm cheating, Dosen exclaimed in shock when he realized what was happening. I'm effing cheating! I have aimbot! As for Osko's, the words Apex Hacking Global Series by Destroyer 2009 and Wendom began to scroll across the screen as the streamer quickly took his hands off the controls, announcing, I can see everyone. The Anti-Cheat Police Department, a volunteer-run organization that is unaffiliated with ALGS but specializes in gathering intelligence on cheats to detect and disrupt cheating vendors, weighed in on the situation on Twitter. It advised players competing in the event to protect their personal information by changing account passwords and putting other safeguards in place, like reinstalling their operating system. I think even Mutahara from Some Ordinary Gamers um, said that was the best thing to do. The volunteer organization suspects that Apex's Easy Anti-Cheat could be the source of the issue, with hackers using remote code execution to inject cheats into streamers' PCs. The Anti-Cheat Police Department also stressed that such an exploit could be used for other nefarious purposes beyond disrupting ALGS, like remotely installing ransomware and other malicious software onto competitors' machines. However, as noted about Epic, says an EAC vulnerability is not to blame for the incident. Apex Legends developer Respawn Entertainment also made a statement on the incident via its official esports Twitter account, announcing that the North American regional final would be postponed and promising to share more information soon. Dr. Games 101, I know you play Apex Legends a lot, so what do you have to say about this?
Well, it definitely does affect us players as a whole, as Apex players, of course. Whether it's as small as my level or as big as their level, these gamers they're playing at the time of ALGS. So, for me, I barely played any online tournaments on Apex for the
I
last
thought you
several days.
competed in tournaments all the time.
Yeah, for the last year and a half since what Z League is called, and
Uh,
even Z League have problems with their apps and all with the Apex Legends specifically. So for the last several days, I haven't been playing as much. I've been losing money since then because of the money issues with the spending expenditures and all. Because what happened is that every time I try to use their app, the Z League app and all, it will like create this redundant loop of like paying and started, and then the game never starts. So I reported that issue 2 days ago to Z League's tech support. So, but obviously, if the app is separate from from Apex Legends in-game tournaments and all, whatever the tournaments are from these other people players, but it's still connected somehow, some way. So, Yeah, it's a catastrophe. It's a domino effect from all sorts of Apex players, even myself. So I have to wait a few more days to see whether it's going to fix it or not. I told Z League personally myself by email that hey, this was what I'm going through. Please fix your end as well. So it's a matter of time if they're going to look into this or not. So
Okay, because when I first heard tournaments and cheating and stuff like that, I was wondering if you were affected. But I was like, I think he plays it on Xbox One, not PC. So
yeah, different. There's different types of entities out there with different types of grouping of players. For example, the ALGS is actually a main stage um, player base for like professional players. I'm like the amateur kind of pro player. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like they think of it as like NBA and WNBA. You know, WNBA is a lower tier of itself from NBA because of popularity, revenue, uh, um, sponsorships, etc., etc. So
so ALGS is kind of like WWE. You're kind of like wrestling on the independents at any show you can get booked at.
pretty much more Z League specifically. Z League is kind of like the lowest tier of all types of tiers out there. You want to call it like that. In layman
So
terms,
like
that is
so like where you so if this was wrestling, it'd be like you're wrestling at a company that's just a little bit bigger than a backyard promotion.
pretty much. But at the same time, it's like it's through like a payment system. Like you pay into their services. You don't get money out of it per se directly. So it's kind of like I mean you do get money from earning and winning tournaments and all, but you have to pay a membership fee for Z League and all. So
If you don't mind me asking, how much is the membership fee and how often do you have to pay it?
last time I made a payment, it was like $4 and change a month, which is not so bad. But at the also got to make it up for like how many wins you get, how many money earnings you get in a month as well. So it could be like a negative sometimes if you're not careful.
Yeah, so basically you would want to make sure you're pretty dominant like in just random online games before you went to the tournaments.
Yes, and the tournaments are like random too because it depends on what you play. You're playing solos, duos, or trios. I prefer to play duos or elite staff, so I have one other partner to rely on. But it's hard to find these partners because you have to be serious enough to make winnings. And with solos, it's a give and take because you meet people randomly online while putting your tournament stats in with the Z League app and all. But still, you still lose tremendously if you have a horrible team of players to play with, even if they're not registered with you at all. It's a hit and miss with the solos, but sometimes it's worth it though. If you have friends that you know in person or friends that you know for years on Xbox Live or PS4 or whatever, it'd be a good asset in your corner as well. You know, no big deal. So yeah,
Right, chemistry between teammates is a lot better than teaming up with someone randomly and hoping
yes,
for the best.
yes. And if you have a legitimate team like a trios or a duos team, you have a higher chance of winning those tournaments altogether. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
That's how it
right.
is.
Yeah.
That's how it is in Z
Oh, go
League.
on.
I was about to say that that's how it is in Z League. I'm not sure how it is in ALGS for the last several years now because Apex Legends started back in February 2019. They started doing tournaments the following year, I think it was. So since then, there was no problems until this year with that Destroyer hacker guy. You know.
Yeah, Destroyer 2009.
Yep.
Yeah, Mutahara, I think he even talked about this on his YouTube channel. I remember him saying the same thing. Could like change your passwords, reinstall your operating system. If if you played Apex Legends recently on PC, um, to make sure you don't have to make sure you don't have cheating software that you can't control.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so I mean, it sucks that this is happening. But yeah, if you've been playing Apex Legends on console, you're probably fine. But if you've been playing it recently on PC, you might want to consider resetting your computer um, and reinstalling the operating system to make sure you get that cheat software out of there if you've been hit with it.
Mm-hmm. But they encourage players on PC not to play as much right now. Wait a few more days, and it can be time consuming at first because if you're a professional player or you play for money, you know, and the tournament's going to be subsided or be delayed for a while. Last time I checked, so
Yeah. So so better safe than sorry.
Hmm.
That's the best. That's the best. That's all I have to say. Ready to move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right. Next. Survived the offshore horrors of still wakes the deep this June.